When I got my cake pops removed, I specifically asked my surgeon to leave the bag intact. That's because down the line, if I wanted to use my cake pop stick and turn it into a donut, the bag can come in handy. There are a couple methods that use the bag itself, but the one that I'm referring to is called the cake pop stick inversion method. What they do is they take—
Whoa.
You know, sometimes I really do wish, actually not sometimes, all the time, I really do wish the internet would just shut off. For good. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. It is your host JD. I hope you're all doing well and you've all had a great December so far. Now in today's video, we're going to be delving into the world of TikTok and its stunning and brave influencers once again. Specifically this individual on your screen. Yes, I know, it's unbearable. But the reason I'm making this video is because not only does the drama continue to follow Lilly Tino because of the videos that continue to be uploaded, but also this influencer has caused so much backlash it has led to their deserved downfall, and it just highlights the fatigue every single person has with the trans movement as a whole. So a lot to talk about in this video today, and as always, because we live in a very soft society, there's going to be some controversial points made. But before we all gather around the campfire, ladies and gentlemen, and check out our lovely society, if you could, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into it. And when I say let's get into it, let's facepalm our damn heads off, shall we?
This is where the fun begins.
Now, if you're anything like me, the first time you were introduced to this absolute headache of an influencer was when the videos of Lilly Tino getting misgendered in public started to go viral and get millions of views. Yes, you heard me correct. Lilly Tino would live stream in restaurants, for example, and when the staff would misgender Lilly Tino, he would correct them because how dare someone get somebody's pronouns wrong? I mean, the very last thing these people need during their tough shifts is a trans influencer berating them because they didn't use the right pronouns.
Thank you. Did you call me sir? I just want to tell you that the person who gave me this called me sir.
What?
Called me sir.
Oh.
It's just like, it kind of just hurts a lot. Thank you so much. No, yeah. Thank you. I'm not a sir. I feel like I need to tell him. I need to tell him that hurt. It hurts more, though, and it's not intentional because it means like this is sir to him. I know you didn't mean it, but I'm not a sir.
I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I know you didn't mean it. It's just, you know, it hurts. I know when people clock me, it's fine, but like it does kind of hurt.
Ah, man. Don't you just love this digital age, ladies and gentlemen? Now the thing is, when it comes to pronouns and identifying as whatever else people do these days, I've heard it's limitless. It's a great time. It really is. But you can't expect people to either know your pronouns or go along with your worldview. Just because you see yourself as something does not mean the rest of society has to go along with it. Your individual truth is not the truth. You can't go into these places and expect these people to know what pronouns you use. And then when they get them wrong, you harass them. And I would say, you know, who is actually doing the misgendering anyway? Is it the staff, or is it the very person complaining about getting misgendered? I think we all know the answer to that one. But it's antics like this that slowly but surely turned Lilly Tino into one of the most hated TikTokers on the platform, and I think rightfully so. People were not happy that a platform was being used to harass staff in public, and the more these videos were uploaded, the more people just grew tired of this behavior. With somebody saying on one video, look, if you are misgendered so often, perhaps look to yourself and not others. It's going to keep happening, and you are going to throw a tantrum every time. As long as it's not rude and deliberate, I think you're just going to have to get over it. I mean, even if it was deliberate, somebody throwing a tantrum isn't justified. But Lilly Tino, being the very smart individual that he is, didn't take the advice of people within the comment section, because what did we get? We got video after video after video of this dude getting misgendered. And you know what? Lilly Tino would never intentionally cause a confrontation over this, right? Even though there's multiple videos of him doing so, he would never intentionally cause an argument over the whole pronoun situation. Right?
Know there are people out there who are hell-bent on never ever being accommodating to trans people. Like, I will never call you by those pronouns. You will never have my respect, or whatever it is. And like, is that really worth it to you? Putting all of that effort to be nasty? Because if we meet and you call me by the wrong pronouns, it's gonna be a confrontation. And I don't think you want that.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't hurt me. Sorry.
There's gonna be a confrontation over pronouns. Get me off this planet. But it just wasn't this behavior initially getting Lilly Tino into a lot of backlash. It was also this obsession he had with filming himself talking about his situation down below in public. There are countless videos of him using food in public places to talk about his surgery because apparently in Lilly Tino's mind everybody wants to hear about this. No, they do not. And it was this next video which blew up on social media because of how ridiculous it was, where Lilly Tino would be sat in a restaurant at Disney using food once again to describe the surgery he's apparently had and wants to get, whilst families and kids were present. Yeah, I know, completely effing normal.
I'm gonna get banned from Disney. I swear, we're about to get banned from Disney. Last summer, I got my cake pops removed, and the plan up until recently was to get my marshmallow wand reconfigured into a marshmallow tunnel.
What was that? What are you doing? Now, this behavior is just outright creepy, and thankfully at the time, the internet called it out, as they should, because a full-grown man who is dressed up as a young teenage girl, by the way, does anybody else find that weird? Look at the way he's dressed. It is so strange, but a full-grown man should not be using food in a public area whilst kids are around to talk about his situation down below. In what world is that okay? You even heard him say in that video, oh, I swear we're about to get banned. He knew what he was doing and still went ahead and did it. It is disgusting, and the comments certainly had an issue with this and hit back by saying things like this. Is there a reason this couldn't wait until you weren't at Disney? As a trans woman myself, you are so unbelievably insufferable. Why would you talk about such things when surrounded by children? What is wrong with you? I tell you, even the smartest doctor walking the planet right now could not diagnose the issue that this man has. But another thing we have to recognize is TikTok isn't just used by adults, right? We all know how popular TikTok is with the younger generation. So naturally, eventually young people are going to come across videos like this. They shouldn't be coming across videos like this, but we all know how questionable the TikTok algorithm is. It likes to promote certain things. And this is where Lilly Tino found himself in a lot of controversy once again, because he made a video with a book for trans kids.
We cannot rest until we find out what happened to your brother Bill. Did he tumble down and hurt himself? Have they given him a pill? Is he in the pool or on the field showing off his skill? Was he taken to Mars by aliens? Is he on their spaceship still? Stop, I say, that's enough. Hey, you need to chill. There are no hungry whales and no green little men. Your hysteria is silly. The truth is that my brother Bill, big reveal, is now my sister, Lilly. I know. It was maybe quite a shock at first, but really she's just the same. She just looks a little different and has a new first name. The cool thing about this book is it can be a call and response. So anytime you say, hey, you need to chill, your kid can say it with you.
Now, why a book like this was made in the very first place is beyond me, but it is genuinely concerning that Lilly Tino would sit there and read a book like this, trying to promote it. Kids should be nowhere near this stuff. They shouldn't know anything about this stuff. This whole agenda should be kept far away from kids. Thankfully, once again, the internet had an issue with this and they push back. The way you target children is actually concerning at this point. Why are you so fixated on children for? None of my content is for children. Lilly Tino, yes, somebody was lying with that, weren't they? There are certain topics children should not be learning at the age this book is targeting. And this is an issue people have with the LGBTQ+ movement in general. There is a massive concern with certain ideas, certain messaging being pushed onto kids that can not only change them mentally, but physically as well. In today's world, parents have to actively go out of their way to make sure their kids aren't being indoctrinated with certain messaging. They shouldn't have to do that. And I'd even argue this is one of the biggest reasons why the trans movement is falling apart, because of how they try to target the younger demographic with their agenda. So when parents especially see people like Lilly Tino reading a book for trans kids, going down this route, promoting this agenda, it is going to make them angry. It is going to raise a lot of concern, and I think that concern is completely justified. But another aspect of the trans movement, the woke movement that people have just had enough with, is the mockery it makes of women. Because let's be honest today, any dude can just sit there and put his hand up with his deep voice and say, oh, I'm a woman now, and the rest of the world has to accept it. Otherwise, oh, you're mean and hateful. If you sit there and question that, you're a certain buzzword. How does that make any sense whatsoever? And Lilly Tino has certainly gone down that road of insulting women. I mean, in one video, he sat there and he used croissants to try and justify why men can be women.
Trans women aren't women, then is this big croissant not a croissant? Of course it's a croissant. It's made out of butter and dough just like any other croissant. Oh, but there are biological differences. This croissant was born different. I'm not saying that there isn't a cosmetic difference between this croissant and this croissant, but they are both inarguably still croissants. Oh, but they're invading our bakeries and trying to brainwash our kids. But how? By teaching your kids there's more than one way to be a croissant? If anything, the existence of big and small croissants shows our kids how wonderful and diverse the world of pastries can be. Next thing you know, you're gonna start demanding that big croissants use separate cafes and identify as scone.
Yes, ladies, he did just compare you to a croissant. But if it's not reducing women and womanhood to pieces of food, he's recording himself in women's bathrooms telling women how they should feel with him being in their private spaces.
Come here. Trans women are more afraid of you in the bathroom than you are of us. We see what is being said about us, that we are supposedly these are going into bathrooms to do unspeakable things to innocent people. Obviously, that's not true, but it doesn't matter because people who don't know any better believe it's true. And that means that every time we step foot in a woman's bathroom, there's fear. Fear that someone will attack us or accuse us of something we didn't do. But why don't we just use the men's room, you say? Well, it's because it's about more than just the bathrooms. This is about the world accepting us for the women that we are. And that's a battle we won't back down from. Not just for us, but for young trans people who are growing up in a world that refuses to accept they exist. So if you see a trans woman in the bathroom, there's no need to freak out. We're just there to pee and scroll on our phones for maybe a little bit too long and then go about our day, just like you.
Yeah, apparently now if women see men in their bathrooms, they have to accept it and not freak out about it. Do you hear that? You have to accept men in your private spaces, the people that shouldn't be there in the very first place. And of course, you know, no issue has come from men going into women's spaces. No, not at all. And it's completely safe. Oh wait. No, it's not. So all of these videos Lilly Tino was posting was causing so much outrage online. He was finding himself being called out left, right, and center. If it wasn't the misgendering, it was using his food to talk about his body parts at Disney, comparing women to croissants, and filming in the women's bathrooms. And with the amount of trouble he was finding himself in, you would think Lilly Tino would have noticed that and used some self-awareness to perhaps stop, because that would be the normal thing to do, right? But no. And this is where we move on to the most recent controversy. Now you guys know what I'm going to talk about because everybody has spoken about it. You know what happened. I've spoken about it multiple times because it is just insane. But this year, Lilly Tino decided to go to Disney World. Yes, he has an obsession with Disney, but he decided to be more insufferable than ever before. He firstly went on to post this video of himself mocking the whole situation in the past where he was at Disney talking about certain things that normal people do not talk about so openly on the internet, and especially in the environment he did it in and with the people that were around him.
So last year I made a video that a lot of people got upset by where I talked about some things in Disneyland. A lot of y'all thought that video would get me banned from Disney, so let's see if that's true. I'm at the Disney World entrance about to try and get in, so let's see if that video really did get me banned. I paid for a hotel and the tickets, so it would be really unfortunate if that happened at this point. It's not a very long line to get in. Sweat on the brow. That's how I'm nervous. It's exciting. I love Disney World. Okay, so I just beep it here. Put the finger there. Oh, further in. I'm allowed in? I'm not banned from Disney. Wow. Huge news. Thank you. Y'all. I'm back. I'm back, baby. You can't keep me out of Disney.
Nah, you're right. They couldn't keep you out of Disney, but perhaps they should have. You know the way he walks around with that attitude, acting like he's done nothing wrong, just tells you all you need to know about this person, but also he couldn't help but whine about getting misgendered once again.
Cool.
The bottom is from Thailand?
Coconut bread from Thailand.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Yes,
Ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. Sorry, my bad. And the middle one is from India. It's the papadom with the gingerbread chutney.
Okay.
And the third is from Brazil. It's a cheese bread with the guava sauce.
Thank you. It just like totally sucks the joy out of this bread tower. Makes me want to immediately like leave because I no longer feel like safe here. It's like, oh, my guard now has to be up. I'm not going to enjoy this bread as much because my guard is up. We should be able to go places and not have to worry. I don't think I really want this bread tower, actually. I think I'd rather have the check if that's okay.
Mate, just give it a rest. Have you not annoyed enough staff members in your life? Get a grip. And oh, by the way, it wouldn't be a Lilly Tino trip to Disney without using food to talk about his body once again. Yeah, despite what happened last time, despite all the backlash, all the controversy, this degenerate individual had to go ahead and do it once again.
I think Disney's gonna ban me for this one. My corn dog is still intact. I'm not happy about that, but sadly it takes a long time to turn a corn dog into a inverted corn dog. I do hair removal every week for 2 hours straight. It is not fun or easy, but once that is finally done, hopefully by the end of the year, they are going to take my corn dog. These ears do not want to stay on. They are going to cut it.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa.
There is something genuinely wrong with this person. And this is why I dislike social media so much, guys. If it wasn't for you lot, I wouldn't be posting on social media because anyone can post videos. It's an open market. So soon enough, people like Lilly Tino are going to appear. They will go viral for doing creepy things. They'll build a platform with thousands of followers. The fact people follow him in the first place is concerning in itself. You have to be one strange person, and that's putting it nicely, by the way, because we're on YouTube and I can't say certain things and what I want to say. We'll probably get this video either suppressed or taken down, but you have to be one strange person to sit there on more than one occasion and use food to talk about your body parts whilst kids are around. And oh boy, this next part is where things just get way out of control, because being on a trip at Disney, at some point Lilly Tino was going to have to use the bathroom, but he couldn't use the male bathroom. Oh no, that would be too normal for Lilly Tino, so he decided to use the women's bathrooms. And ladies and gentlemen, this was the beginning of the end for Lilly Tino. And he couldn't just use the women's bathrooms in peace either. He had to go ahead and post a video essentially celebrating the fact that he went into the women's bathroom and nobody stopped him, although deep down he was probably hoping somebody did so he could label women with common sense as mean and hateful once again. But all of that wasn't enough for Lilly Tino. Oh no, he had to go into these bathrooms and take pictures reviewing them without the consent of women who appeared in some of these pictures. And this went viral everywhere for understandable reasons. People couldn't believe that a dude is genuinely in these toilets taking pictures with women in them. This is the result of gender identity, the LGBTQ+ movement being allowed to run rampant with no boundaries whatsoever. The only reason Lilly Tino is in there is because society has become so tolerant of absolutely everything that a dude who identifies as a woman going into women's toilets is apparently a normal thing today. The normalization of that is the reason why he's in there. But of course, the people who called this thing out many years ago and said, hey look, we're going to get some weird people in the bathrooms if you allow this to happen, were condemned. The slippery slope people warned everybody about was ignored. And here we are. But what makes this whole situation even worse, in my opinion, is this man has an OF page. Yeah, I don't even want to know what is on there. But you have a dude who makes X-rated content, who also identifies as a woman, taking pictures of women in the bathrooms at Disney. Sorry? What? And then people really wonder why women don't want men in their spaces. It's not mean, it's not hateful, it's not controversial, it's not a buzzword. Women shouldn't have to deal with men like this coming into their bathrooms, for crying out loud. And oh, what was his justification for it?
Those Disney bathroom selfies got y'all real upset, huh? Saying, oh, Lily, you can't take selfies in the bathroom, it's not appropriate. Well, let me remind you that literally every celebrity you've ever enjoyed on screen has at one point taken a bathroom selfie. For example, and it's not just celebrities. Any woman you ever meet has likely taken a photo in a public bathroom. Why, you ask? Because we look cute and we want to document it.
I mean, it genuinely just gets worse, doesn't it? What planet is he from? I love how he compares himself to a celebrity. Mate, you're a TikTok influencer. It's not the same thing. And the celebrities that he showed, did you notice, had no women in the background? It was just them. But here you are, a celebrity taking pictures of yourself with women in the background. Yeah, I think people have the right to be concerned. And the internet wasn't having any of it either. They made sure to make their feelings known about this, and the outrage gained so much traction that not only was a petition created demanding Lilly Tino be removed off the platform that almost has 560,000 signatures, but on the Benny Johnson show, Florida AG James Uthmir said they were allegedly investigating the trans TikTok influencer for filming in the women's bathrooms.
There was a TikTok influencer named Lilly Tino who is who's taking videos and photos inside of the women's bathroom in Disney. And I'm thinking, well, wait a second. There's no way that this can be legal in the state of Florida, right? This is a transgender influencer. This seems to be like, first off, like, you shouldn't be allowed to like film inside of bathrooms. It seems really creepy. But then here in Disney, it's like extra layers of creepy and wrong. Is there anything happening from a state level on this topic?
Yeah, we're investigating this. We do not tolerate men or boys in women's and girls' restrooms, gyms, private spaces. No tolerance. We're investigating this one. We've already cracked down on some gyms in South Florida. They were allowing people that identify as women to go into women's locker rooms. We put them on notice that legal action was coming. Thankfully, they changed their ways. Alachua County, a public school system, they had a camp, Camp Crystal Lake, where they were allowing 5th grade elementary age boys to identify as girls and stay in the girls' bunks. We shut this down right away too. Thankfully, they did not fight us on it. It's amazing we have to have these conversations today. But here in Florida, we believe there are two sexes, men and women, and we are going to protect our girls at all costs.
So this is the level it had reached. That's the point it got to. That's how intense things were. And remember, Lilly Tino caused all of this. But Lilly Tino was even given a chance to apologize for the stunts that he had pulled in an interview with another TikTok creator. And what did he say?
Would you like the opportunity to publicly apologize or take accountability for any of your actions or to anyone you've negatively impacted?
I'm gonna pass on this.
No surprise there, right? No apology, no guilt, no shame whatsoever. And that's another issue society has. We have gotten rid of the idea of shame. So people just do as they please, and they do not care how bad their actions are. And it led to Lilly Tino eventually posting a video announcing he was leaving the platform because the hate was getting too much for him to handle. Oh no, look at someone facing the consequences of their actions. You mean to tell me people were so outraged with a dude walking around at Disney filming in women's bathrooms and using corn dogs to talk about his schlong? Wow, I never thought that would happen. I never thought people would be outraged over that. However, unfortunately, like everything else in life, nothing lasts forever, so it wasn't too long before Lilly Tino returned to the platform. Yeah.
Hello, I'm back. What's up? Long time no see. The last time you saw me, I was talking about taking a break, and I did take a break, and now I'm back. But while I was gone, I did some reflecting on the way that I've been approaching things and figured something out. And that something is that I've been leading with anger. I kind of already knew that. Before, but that I've been leading with anger, specifically that I don't want to lead with anger. I think it's a really easy trap to fall into, to let anger be the fuel. Because there's a lot of anger to go around, especially being a trans person in this day and age.
Now, I tell you, I have such a big problem with this video. It pissed me off, like a lot of his other videos. Firstly, there's no apology, and again, it's all about how he feels, but look at the way this dude is slouched on the couch with his deep voice claiming to be a woman. Like, mate, this is all men have to do now. The dude ain't even trying. You could at least try and do the voice. But no, it sounds deeper than mine. I mean, just look at the way this dude is walking around at Disney, man. I said in a previous video, it literally looks like Bolg out of The Hobbit. What are we doing? on this planet. But when somebody takes a break from the internet, you would think they would also learn from their mistakes. You would also think they wouldn't go down the same road of annoying every single person. But no, Lilly Tino doesn't take the advice from people on the internet, and he does what he wants with no shame whatsoever. So his return hasn't gone down well at all with the internet, because he is still posting videos talking about women's bathrooms. He has made like 4 videos or something since his return. It is actually weird this dude goes out of his way to make so many videos about the women's bathrooms. Like, we get it, dude. You like the bathrooms. Stop.
Never!
But because of the attention Lilly Tino has gotten, because of the stunts he's pulled in the past and the videos he's still uploading, we have huge influencers who have been made aware of this, and even they are calling this out. They are seeing what is going on, and they don't like it either. For example, Jeffree is now somebody who has come out and boldly stood against Lilly Tino because of how insane this man really is. Now, Jeffree has found himself battling the woke mob many times. He has spoken out against certain woke agendas today, which, as we know, you are not allowed to do. Oh, how dare you, man. But he recently went on a podcast and said this about Lilly Tino and the trans movement, and trust me, if you haven't seen it, he goes off. Take a watch.
Nowadays, we have grown men with beards wearing dresses going into the women's restroom. When I was younger, any normal person that felt like they were born in the wrong body was trying to be passable, and they were really wanting to live their life as a woman. And if you really think psychologically you were born in the wrong body, unfortunately, it's like a mental illness. But people hear illness and they just have a full spiral. So this new age of weirdos and trying to pretend they're trans or pretend they're this and harm women and children, that's my issue. So there is this piece of shit named Lilly Tino who is pretending to be trans and recently went into the women's restroom at Disneyland. Disneyland's for children. Yes, there's adults that like Disney. We know that. And the camera's rolling. I'm sorry, there's a 7-year-old that just walked behind you. Why the fuck are you in a little training bra and lipstick, clearly with a man's voice, in the women's restroom filming? Rage bait, attention. These things did not exist 10 years ago. So people love to misconstrue what I said, and that's really what I meant. And I think that we should be protecting women and children at all costs these days with so many weirdos out there on the internet.
Somebody had to say it like that. They really did. And I think most of us do agree with what he said there. We do have full-grown men with beards now in dresses being able to say they're women, and when they're allowed to go into women's spaces, of course that puts women and children's safety at risk. I do not think one man should be allowed into the women's restroom regardless of how they feel or identify. Now, what Jeffree said there about Lilly Tino, that was shared across social media. It got millions and millions of views, as you would expect. So naturally, Lilly Tino responded to this, and his response just solidified in everybody's mind that this dude is just one entitled creep, if they didn't already think that anyway. But take a listen to what he said.
So there is this piece of shit named Lilly Tino who is pretending to be trans and recently went into the women's restroom at Disneyland. Disneyland's for children.
I took those photos with a very clear goal in mind, which was to show a non-passing trans woman existing peacefully in a bathroom. There are a lot of opinions out there, especially from people like Jeffree, that we're faking it, that we are, just in bathrooms to cause trouble and hurt women and children, and none of that's true. It's ridiculous. Like, we are in the bathroom for the same reason as you. So it begs the question, how do we solve the problem of people see us, they're afraid because of what they've heard, it's not actually true? How do you change people's minds? That's why I posted the pictures, right? Like, yes, I knew it was going to be shocking. Like, I knew. I wasn't just trying to make people mad. I was trying to expose them to something that over time I want to be normal. I don't want to have to walk into a bathroom and feel afraid. I think that's where people get tripped up on, oh, this is rage bait. No, it's not rage bait. It is something that you're not used to seeing. It is a conversation that is being intentionally started to get you used to ideas you're not familiar with.
That has to be one of the worst responses I've ever seen. I cannot believe what he said there. He wants to expose things to people that over time he wants to be normal. What? What? That's how you go about exposing things to people that you want to be normal? Taking pictures in bathrooms with women in the background? mate. And again, just like always, and it's not only him that does this, but it's all these woke leftist liberals, it is all about him. He doesn't want to feel afraid in women's spaces. He doesn't want other men who identify as women to feel afraid in women's spaces. That is more important than how women and children feel. You're not even supposed to be in there. Look, let's be honest, man. To a lot of men like Lilly Tino, it is clear to see not only is this idea of identifying as a woman a fetish, but also a way to gain power and push boundaries. Even with the misgendering tomfoolery, it's another way for him to gain power over a person. And J.K. Rowling sums this up pretty well. This man's bathroom photos are trophies. He wants women and girls in the background because it proves he's violating women's boundaries. Without actual females there as props, all he's got is a selfie of a scary looking creep in mouse ears, which isn't remotely what he's after. I just don't understand how effed up society is right now. I'm being honest when I say this. Can Jesus just come back? Because I'm tired of this. I think everybody's tired of this. I think the world's got as far as it can go without Jesus now. So please, come back. But I'm just happy even people on TikTok called this out, because it shouldn't be classed as just harmless content. Oh, he's making jokes, whatever. No, it's the opposite of that. This is absurd behavior, and it should be called out every time it happens. But I think we spent enough time on this topic today, ladies and gentlemen. I want to hear your thoughts down below. If you haven't already left a comment, which I'm sure a lot of you probably have, you've probably seen a clip of Lilly Tino and gone, yeah, nah, I gotta leave a comment down below. But if you haven't already, make sure to leave your comment down below. I want to see what you think. I also put out a poll the other day asking you guys if you prefer longer videos, but they'll be posted, I don't know, 2 to 4 days, or the daily uploads, because posting videos daily is quite a chore, especially when there's literally nothing to talk about. It can be actually quite annoying. You want to post something, but there's nothing, and then you end up forcing a video. So I do actually prefer posting the longer videos. They just take a lot more time to make and edit, of course, because I do everything myself. So if you guys prefer the longer videos, they will be posted not as often, because otherwise I will get burnt out. Like, I made a video the other day that was around 30 minutes long, and I tried posting the next day or the day after, and I was like, nah, this ain't happening. So let me know your thoughts down below when it comes to that one, guys. I would really like to see how you guys feel. But if you have enjoyed this one, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you never miss a video, share this video. But until next time, it has been your host JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out. Peace.